Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Karen Parsons, and today I'm here to inform you on the many different things there are to do in Northern California. Me and my wife lived out there for about 6 years. I was stationed out at Travis Air Force Base, California, and Travis Air Force Base is located right in between San Francisco and Sacramento. It's about 45 minutes to San Francisco and 45 minutes to Sacramento. But there's a lot to do. I'm going to tell you about the city of San Francisco and what it has to offer. Also, I'm going to talk about Napa Valley, which is only about 15 minutes away from the base. And then also I'm going to talk about Yosemite National Park. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen as far as the scenery. So first, let's talk about the city of San Francisco. The city of San Francisco is a very historical city. There's a lot of monuments. It's got a lot to offer. The scenery itself, once you cross the Bay Bridge, you'll be blown away at how pretty it looks. And then also you have Fisherman's Wharf, which I have a picture here of Fisherman's Wharf with my wife. That's one of the things they have down there. It's basically a bunch of seafood, stuff like that, and a lot of people go down to Fisherman's Wharf and tour that area because that's one of the biggest tour spots of the city. And according to usatravel.com, San Francisco is in the top 5 most visited cities in the world. So you can only assume that there's a lot to do there. So definitely take the chance. To the north of the Golden Gate Bridge, there's a dog beach that we used to love to go to, and it's just a dog beach where everybody out there is going out there for one reason, and that's to let their dogs run around. And there's not a lot of that to offer here in the southeast as much because I guess the temperatures and stuff like that, but out there year round you could always take your dog out to the dog beach and just let them run around, and that was really cool to do. And then to the south side of the Golden Gate Bridge, right up under the Golden Gate Bridge, it's called Fort Mason, and it's an old historic fort that was used to guard the port of San Francisco years and years ago. And it's pretty neat because you can go in there and you can look at the cannons that are lining the walls that were used in defense of the port, just in case. And then they also have rooms set up of the old times with clothes out that people wore and stuff like that, so it's really neat. And then also you got Alcatraz. Alcatraz is known around the world to be a tourist spot, so definitely want to check that out. We did the audio tour, and I recommend you doing it at least once if you go out there. You don't have to do it every time because you just want to get the information one time. But here's a picture of the audio tour that we did, and that's one of the jail cells right there at Alcatraz. So that's a really neat thing to do. It tells you a lot about the history and stuff like that. So once you get away from the hustle bustle of the city, there's Napa Valley, which is only about 15 minutes away. Awesome place to go. Beautiful wine country. If you've ever drank wine, there's a good chance that the bottle of wine was from Napa Valley, and the grapes were from Napa Valley. It's a huge wine country, very pretty. I also have a picture of wine country, Napa Valley, and you can see the vineyards on the rolling hills in the background. And when the grapes are on the vines, it's a picture that you're definitely going to want to take. We took tons of pictures out there, so we have the memories. So if you ever had the opportunity to visit the Napa Valley, definitely do that too. It's kind of more of a relaxing day after maybe going to the city. It's a lot laid back. You can take a blanket and do a picnic or something like that. And then lastly, I wanted to tell you about Yosemite National Park. Yosemite National Park was probably the coolest thing we ever did while we were out there, because I think just because it was so far out in the wilderness. It's pretty close to, actually kind of close to Nevada, but it's a few hours away, and it's really cool because there's a lot of images that you won't ever get from anywhere else. It's actually the most photographed national park in the world from nationalparkreservations.com. So obviously there's a lot of photo opportunities when you get out there, and we took advantage of that. But when you get out to Yosemite, you're gonna love it because there's waterfalls, there's hiking trails, biking trails, camping, stuff like that. So definitely go see Yosemite National Park right there. So we went over a few of our favorite things to do. If you ever get a chance to live there, then you're going to have your own little things to do, but those are some of our favorites with me and my wife and the dog. And then also we went over the San Francisco City. You got to visit it. I'm sure you will one day. And then also Napa Valley, and then lastly we talked about Yosemite National Park. Like I said, if you guys are ever in the area of Northern California, take in all you can. It's a beautiful, beautiful area of California. And then also, when you get out to California and you get the chance to see these places, take pictures, because we have a lot of pictures, and we look at our pictures. My wife actually made a whole California book with nothing but California pictures of our 6 years out there, and it's really neat to go back and look at all those pictures. But other than that, I hope you enjoy your visit if you go out to California, and it's been a pleasure doing the class with you guys. Take care.